MTG Arena's where the fun's supplying. Grab your deck and let's get to playing. Welcome to the show where we're never delaying. Clicking and tapping with our critters and spells, and when we win, you know we're ringing them bells. From morning till evening, we're never slow. Cardboard cracks, the name of the game, you know. Hey y'all, welcome to the MTG Hillbilly Show, where the magic's burning hotter than a moonshine glow. We're shuffling it and dealing for the world to see. Come on down and join the fun on our YouTube screen. From standard to draft, we're keeping it fresh. Our plays are as sharp as a blacksmith's vest. With every move we make, our hearts are flipping. MTG Arena's got our index spirits tripping. So strap on your boots and grab your front row seat, cause in this backcountry showdown we can't be beat. With cards in our hands and eyes on the screen, we're living the dream of every magic fiend. Hey y'all, welcome to the MTG Hillbilly Show, where the magic's burning hotter than a moonshine glow. We're shuffling it and dealing for the world to see. Come on down and join the fun on our YouTube screen. Show, where the magic's burning hotter than a moonshine glow. We're shuffling it and dealing for the world to see. Come on down and join the fun on our YouTube screen.
Hey everybody, good afternoon. All right, there is no spoilers today. They did not release any spoilers. So we'll just play some games. First, let's check the store out, see if there's anything in the store. Hey, Lone Wolf. Nothing in the store. Do not waste any of your gems or your money on this, because if you do, that's one less pack or more that you're going to get. All right. Hey, Lone Wolf, check this deck out. 25 creatures, 15 non-creatures. 2.1 curve though in it. Three instants, 3 sorceries, 3 artifacts, 6 enchantments, and only 22 lands. We could run 62 cards. We could run 22 lands because, you know, it's under 3. And everything costs 2 or less. All right. I want to make a deck. Yeah, that's a low curve on that deck. Hey, D. Lawson. Take an extra turn. Looks interesting. Got a ramp into it though. Alrighty. Anything that costs less? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ugh. Well, 5 is better than 8. 4 is better than 8. Hmm. I'm going to try to do use Agatha Soul Cauldron to get rid of this. Cost 7 to transform it. And 4, 5. Cost 8 to transform this, though. I can find something a little cheaper. Them sagas first. Don't know if this deck is going to work or not, but I'm going to try it. Alright. I'm going to miss these battles when they rotate out. They are going to be rotating. Unfortunately. He's doing pretty good. How's your day been, D. Lawson? Well, that's good. forgot about this. Shoot. Looking for something that transforms. That's 6. Is there anything cheaper than 6? Five. 4. It's not bad. All right. Board white. A lot of good cards are rotating out. Got 25 lands. Might be alright. See if it does anything. This deck might not work. But, you know, I'm trying though, you know. Trying new ideas. No black lands. I probably should put some dual lands in here. Probably what I'm lacking. Well, shoot. I thought I could get 2 lands from that. No attacks. Not going to draw a card. Unfortunately. Huh. We gotta wipe this board next. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh man, we just gave him lethal. Shoot. We just gave him lethal.
Dead bloody.
We hadn't have attacked, we could have blocked, and we could have survived that, probably. Well, no, because they had a buff spell. Huh. See if they want to trade or not. They do not. Oof. Man, I wish we get a hold of, get a land. Wish we had a land. Need one land. Big hit here, 10, 11, 12, that's game. Well, shoot, this don't look like this deck is any good. Oh, nice. What kind of what box did you get? I need to buy me some cards. Couple boxes. But I'm unable to at this time. Well, so much for that. Oh, nice. I'm excited for the next set already. And the cards ain't even spoiled yet. Big Boss. Ugh. Well, I reckon. Oh my God. Really? Well, shoot. We ain't got our board wipe. Dang it! Cannot block nothing. Get it. Nice. Yeah, this deck ain't working out at all. Bones. Ah. I don't think I have 4. Oh man, I just screwed up. Yeah, I did. Ugh. It's alright. Okay. Worked that time. It worked that time. All right. I have not played with this card. Oh man, no green. Okay. I think we'll throw the green out. Throw this out. Mm-hmm. Need another blue. I got, let's see, I got the blue right here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, I should be able to do it. Oh. I still only have 7. Ow. Oof. Oh! No! I forgot they had that. I forgot they had Bitter Reunion. Good thing that's rotating now, I think. Oh, man. I was doing so good there. All right, so let's try this. Hey! Oops! Oh, man! Thank you, Oops. I ain't got a creature. Ah. Huh. Hmm. Hey, Jax. Welcome to the stream. Five gifted members. Wow. Need another land. Why can't I flip that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got the land. Huh. Don't make no dang gone sense. Whenever. Really? Don't make no dang on sense. You got 12 cards in the graveyard that I could exile to this. No, it's 8 cards. Okay. Well, shoot. Well, that's 3, so we'll just play that in 2. Can't do it either. You ain't got the blue to transform it. Come on. Yeah, it is. Ah! Of course.
Blag it.
That VV card is pretty powerful. And it is annoying, but you know, they ain't gonna ban that because it just came out. Well, this deck, it's just okay. It ain't there just yet. Probably need to find some other kind of build for it. Hey, Oops, have you checked the new card, you know, the spoilers out yet? I know this deck's not rotation proof because this is rotating out. That's why Wizard does it, though. They'll print a card and it'd be busted. They made Vivi too strong. I bet you they got removal. We'll take one hit from that. Really?
Is wasted. You cannot win. Heal.
Hey, Derek.
What curious behavior.
Ah. I did not get my attack trigger. These are not toys. Why did I not get my token? That don't make no dang on sense.
Subdued.
Is that a glitch? Apparently it is. I should have a token. Ooh.
A minor setback to Phyrexia's plan.
Ah, there it is. You don't get your tokens for attacking planeswalkers. Daggone it. We had lethal next turn. They could take care of this. We had lethal right there. Token galore. All right. Just a sleeve. Wow, I'd rather have the cards. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more to go. If y'all ain't looked at the spoilers from yesterday, let me know and we'll look at them. Captain Crunch. Forgot the T. Oh. He won the land. Not the land, not what we needed. Oh, man. What you taking? I figured that. All right, we'll take a look at them right after this. Can we get a third land? Can't get her land. Yeah. Well, why are we not drawing lands, dag blanket? Jeez. Finally. Son of a... Try this again. Bet you they got another protection spell. No? But look at all that life they got. 24 life to our 8s. Man. We can't lock. This is ridiculous. Three, four, five. We need one freaking land. Yes. I guess I'll give you a smiley face. I was laying screwed there for on that game. Alrighty. Let's go over all of them that they've spoiled so far. All right. Exalted Sunborn. 5 mana, 4/5. Flying, lifelink. If one or more tokens will be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. And it has warp for 2. They ain't gonna add. Then we got Quantum Rider, Riddler. 5 mana, 4/6. Sphinx with flying. And when it enters, draw a card. As long as you have one or fewer cards in hand, if you would draw one or more cards, you draw that many plus 1 instead. And it has warp for 2. Love the warp mechanic. It sounds so good. Sothra the Super Void. 4 mana. Legendary enchantment. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent chooses a creature they control and exiles it. Love it. Want it in paper. Then at the beginning of your end step, if a player controls no creatures, sacrifice Sothra. Then put a creature card exiled with it onto the battlefield under your control with 2 additional 1/1 counters on it. So it's not bad at all. Then we got Tezzeret, Cruel Captain. For 3 mana. Legendary Planeswalker. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a loyalty counter on them. +0. Attack target artifact or creature. Or if it's an artifact creature, put 2 1/1 counters on it. -3. Search your library for artifact card with mana value 1 or less. Reveal it, put it onto your hand, then shuffle. -7. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put 3 1/1 counters on target artifact you control. Alright, his -7, you get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put 3 1/1 counters on target artifact you control. If it's not a creature, it becomes a 0/0 robot artifact creature. Not too bad, but I ain't seen any artifacts that cost 1. At all. We got Famished Worldsire, 0/0 Leviathan. With Ward 3, Devour, Land 3. Or you can go ahead and just pay 8s. But as this creature enters, you may sacrifice any number of lands. It enters with 3 times that many +1/+1 counters on it. When this creature enters, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is this creature's power. Put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Yeah, I realize that. But I ain't going to complain about that. Cosmo Grand Zenith. For 3 mana, 2 and a white, 2/4, Human Soldier. When you cast your second spell each turn, choose 1. So cast 2 spells a turn, and you'll be able to choose 1. Create 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. So you create 2 human soldiers tokens. Or you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Not bad. I like it. And it's a 2/4 itself. Then we got West Walking. 6 mana enchantment. When this enchantment enters, if you cast it, shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library, then draw 7 cards. Then here's a draw. And this card has a drawback. The first spell each player casts during each of their turns may be cast without paying its mana cost. But let's say you got Omniscience in your hand. You play this, then you play your Omniscience for free. Then you play everything. Then you can play everything else. Then we got Afrael Stone Chosen. I love this card. For 3 black, 3/3. Yeah, a 3/3 for 5. With Ward, discard a card at random. So they try to kill this, they have to discard a card at random. And it might be a card that they do not want to be discarded. And whenever it attacks, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or a spell was warped this turn, defending player loses half their life rounded up. Half their life rounded up. That's why this 3/3 is so good. Then we got Warmaker Gunship for 3 mana, 2 and a red, 4/3 artifact spacecraft with station 6. So in other words, you have to put 6 charge counters on it to turn it into a creature. And whenever the spacecraft enters, it deals damage equal to the number of artifacts you control to target creature and opponent controls. So the more artifacts you have, the harder this will hit. Right now, if you just cast this, it'll just do 1 damage to a creature, because this will be the only artifact. Then we get another good creature right here for 4 mana. Plant Worm or Ouroborid. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, it's a Plant Worm. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X 1/1 counters on each creature you control, where X is this creature's power. And it targets itself also. What I was thinking with this is playing this with the Warden. That gets counters every turn. So Warden will put a counter on this. Then when your next combat, this will put another counter on all your creatures. Then after combat, you play another creature. And then the board should be pretty huge by then. Then we got Sunstar Chaplain. For 1 and a white, 3/2 human cleric. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And pay 2, remove a 1/1 counter from a creature you control. Tap target artifact or creature. Then we got the right, I'm just going to call this the right hand, because I cannot pronounce that first word. For 5 mana, you get this 3/4 Jellyfish Advisor. 3/4 Flying Jellyfish Advisor. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast artifact spells from the top of your library. Artifacts you control have tap, add a blue, spend this mana only to cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand. So you'd be able to cast stuff off the top of your library by tapping your artifacts. Not bad. You got Corral of the Void. 4 mana, 3 in a black aura. Enchant creature you control. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put target creature card from defending player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking. Then it has Void. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice this aura unless a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn. If you have a sack outlet, then you could steal their creature, sack it, and grab it again, sack it every turn. Not bad. Then we got Nova Hellkite. Another Hellkite. Dragon Hellkite again. For 5 mana, 4/5 dragon with flying and haste. When this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to target creature and opponent controls. It also has warp for 3. Since it has haste, you can play it for 3, and it'll come onto the battlefield. You can attack with it, get that 1 damage to a creature your opponent controls. Then this will go to exile. Then when you get the 5 mana, you can play it. You can play it as a regular creature from exile. Next, we got Biteform Harmonizer for 2 and 2 green. Insect Druid with Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, double the power of target creature you control until end of turn. It also has Warp for 3. That sounds like Tifa, the one that doubles its power for land. Now with this and that card is going to go skyrocket in power. Then we got the Sarima. 3 mana. 1 and 2 whites, 5/5. Legendary spacecraft. All your spacecraft are legendary. When, I believe, when the Serena enters, search your library for a legendary creature card. Reveal it, put into your hand, then shuffle. Then it has station for 7. And once you get that 7 on it, other tapped legendary creatures you control have indestructible. Does not protect itself, but it does protect all your legendaries as soon as you get to 7 charge counters on it. Then we got Consult the Star Charts. For 1 and a blue instant with kicker 2. So for a total of 4, you can kick this. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands you control. Put 1 of those cards into your hand, and if the spell was kicked, put 2 of those cards into your hand instead. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Nice. Then we got 0 Point Ballard. For X and a black. Destroy all creatures with toughness X or less. You lose X life. If X is 6 or more, return a creature card put into a graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. So you can lose 6 life, and if you can lose 6 life, you can pay 6 on this. You'll get you can get a creature from either from your graveyard or your opponent's. It's not a bad board wipe. Then we got Weapons Manufacturing. 1 and a red. Enchantments. Whenever a non-token artifact you control enters, create a colorless artifact token named Malicious. With this token leaves the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. So if you got a way to sacrifice your tokens, then boom, boom, boom. You can get you a machine gun going if more artifacts you play. Then we got Bioengineered Future. 3 mana, 1 and 2 green. Enchantment. When this enchantment enters, create a lander token. With pay 2, you sack that lander token, and you can go fetch up a land. Basic land. Then each creature you control enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it for each land that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. Nice. So the more landers you get, the more +1 counters you can put on creatures. Then we got Astrali Reclaimer. 3 and 2 white, 5/4. Angel Warrior with flying. When this creature enters, return target non-creature or non-land permanent card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast this creature. So you can get something that costs 5 or 3, because this does have warp for 3. Not bad. Then we got Emissary Escort for 2 mana, 1 and a blue 0/4 robot soldier. When this creature enters, when this creature gets +X +0, where X is the greatest mana value among other artifacts you control. I don't think that the lander tokens have any mana value, so they probably won't work with this. Then we got Arch Enemy's Charm. 3 black. And this is the only charm that we got so far. We may not get no more charms. But anyway, we got the black charm here. Instant, choose 1. You exile target creature or planeswalker, or return 1 or 2 target creature or planeswalker cards from your graveyard to your hand. Or you can put 2 1/1 counters on target creature you control. It gains lifelink until end of turn. Not bad. Then got Rust Harvester. Robot. 1 red, 1/1 with menace. Pay 2, tap, exile an artifact card from your graveyard and put a +1 counter on this creature. Then it deals damage equal to its power to any targets. Then we got Terrace Symbiosis for 2 and a green enchantment. Whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, you may draw that many cards. Do this only once each turn. So if you put 4 +1/+1 counters on a creature, you're drawing 4 cards. Not bad at all. This card here worked great with the Warden, but you'll have to be careful not to deck yourself also. We got Hala, Guided by Light for 3 mana, 2 and a white 3/3. Human Soldier. Whenever Hala or another creature or artifact you control enters, you gain a life. Then at the beginning of your end step, draw a card if you gain 3 or more life this turn. And this also has Warp for 1 white mana, and it's a 3/3. Then we got Starfield Vocalist for 3 and a blue, 3/4, Human Bard. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers at an additional time. It also has Warp for 2. We got Sunset Saboteur for 1 and a black, 4/1. Do not like this creature. It is a human rogue with menace. Ward, discard a card, which is good. But whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and opponent controls. They have a 1/1 token. Well, you attack with Sunset Saboteur, their 1/1 token is going to be a 2/2. I want the advantage. I do not want to give my opponent the advantage. To me, the Sunset Saboteur seems like it's helping my opponent out more than me. That's why I really don't like this card. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Ward is good. The power is good. The menace is good. But you also have to put +1 counters on your opponent's creatures. That's the downside. That's why I don't like it. Anybody else have any thoughts on this Sunset Saboteur? Next, we got Terminal Velocity. 4 red. Sorcery. Now, this is a weird card. You may put an artifact or creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That permanent gains haste. When this permanent leaves the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its mana value to each creature. And at the beginning of your end step, sacrifice this permanent. So, it might work with Screaming Nemesis and it might not. But tell me what y'all think about the Sunset Saboteur. Next, we got a green card. Love this green card. For 2 mana, you get this 3/2. Beast can't be countered. Has trample and haste. Creature spells you control can't be countered. Combat damage can't be prevented. Very good green card. Next, we got Rescue Skiff. 6 mana, 5/6. When the spacecraft enters, return target creature or enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And it also has Station 10. So you gotta put 10 charge counters on it. Turn this into a 5/6 creature. Then we got Specimen Freighter. For 6 mana, 5 and a blue. When it enters, return up to 2 target non-spacecraft creatures to the owner's hands. That's stationed for 9. And when you get it stationed, you'll have this 4/7. And when it attacks, defending player mills 4 cards. So it's a mill card. Then we got Elgi Acolyte for 4 mana, 2 and 2 black, 4/4. Human Cleric with lifelink. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Not bad. Then at the beginning of your end step, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. Then we got Roving Acutor. 4 mana, 3/4 robot with void. When this creature enters, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard. Copy it. You may cast a copy without paying its mana cost. Not bad. Then we got Fungal Colossus for 7 mana, 5/5. Fungus Beast. The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the number of differently named lands you control. This one, these cards that say differently named lands you control, I don't know how good that's going to be. To be honest, I myself do not think it's going to be good. It's going to be kind of hard to get them. Then we got Pulsar Squadron Ace for 2 mana, 1/2 human pilot. When this creature enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a spacecraft card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Now, if you didn't put a card into your hand this way, you put a +1 counter on this creature. Then we got Mouth of the Storm for 7 mana. 6 and a blue, 6/6. With flying and war 2. When this creature enters, creatures your opponents control get -3, -0 until your next turn. So it kind of protects you for 1 turn. Kinda. Then we got Moonist Circuit Feeder. 6 mana, 4/4, Nautilus. With flying. When this creature enters, until the end of turn, target creature you control gets +X, +0, and target creature opponent controls gets -0, -X, where X is the number of artifacts you own. Then we got a first foreign card. Cut the Fuel Line for 2 and a red instant. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. If that creature has flying, it deals twice that much damage to itself instead. Sounds like that should be in an Aether Drift, because, cut the fuel line, you would think Aether Drift. Then we got Might. Symbic Might for 1 green, 1/1. Creature's Might. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, another target creature you control gets +X, +X until end of turn, where X is this creature's power. So the bigger you can pump this creature here, the bigger your other creature is going to get until end of turn. Now reroute systems. For 1 white instant, choose 1. Target artifact or creature gains indestructible until end of turn, or reroute system deals 2 damage to target tapped creature. Then we get a Null, which I believe that's a reprint for 1 mana, 1 blue mana instant. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. Then we're getting Phil, Drive Ship for 2 and a black 3/2 spacecraft. And when the spacecraft enters, mill 3 cards. Then return a creature or spacecraft card from your graveyard to your hand. And it has Station for 8, and it has Flying and Lifelink for 3/2. Then we get Memorial Team Leader for 4 mana, 4/3 Kavu Soldier. During your turn, other creatures you control get +1/+0. And this creature also has Warp for 2. Then we got Broodguard Elite. X green. I love this card here. It's a great card. This creature gets +X/+1/1 counters on it. When this creature enters, it gets X +1/+1 counters on it. When this creature leaves the battlefield, put its counters on target creature you control. And it has X green warp. So you have another creature on the battlefield. You warp this in with all your mana. And then this will leave, go to exile. When it goes to exile, all what counters you had on it will go to your other creature. Very, very good way to ramp buff another creature up. I like it. Then we got Scout for Survivors. For 2 and a white sorcery, turn up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of them. So if you use this with this, this will come in as a 1/1. Next, we have Unravel for 1 and 2 blue. Instant. Counter target spell. If the amount of mana spent to cast that spell was less than its mana value, you draw a card. So somebody warps a card in, you can counter it with this card here and draw a card. We got Umbral Color Zealot. 1 and a black 3/2 human cleric. Sacrifice another creature or artifact to surveil 1. Then we got Carvan Harrier for 1 red 2/1 robot soldier. When this creature attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token that's tapped and attacking. Then you sacrifice that token at the end of combat. We got Tapestry Warden for 3 and a green robot soldier with vigilance. 3/4. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power stations permanents using its toughness rather than its power. Very, very good. So in other words, Umbral Colored Zealot will station one of those spaceships for 2 instead of 3. And this one will do it for 4. Not bad. I like it. We got All Fates Stalker for 4 mana, 3 and a white. Grix Assassin. 2/3. When this creature enters, exile up to 1 target non-assassin creature until this creature leaves the battlefield. And it has Warp for 2. So for 2, you can just clear the battlefield for a attack. Then when you get to 4, you can play this and actually exile a creature. What's up, Karma? Then we got Avoli Gale Blade for 1 blue, 1/1 Jellyfish Warrior with flash and flying. And you pay 2, sacrifice this creature to draw a card. Then we got Void Forge Titan, 5/4 for 5 with Void Robot Warrior. At the beginning of your end step, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or a spell was warped this turn, you draw a card and lose a life. Not bad. Then we got Remnant Elemental for 2, 1 and a red 0/4. Elemental with reach and landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature gets +2, +0 until end of turn. Not bad. Then we got Harmonious Grove Strider. 5 mana. Dang gone ad. Alright, for 5 mana, get this beast with Ward 2 and Star. Okay. This creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. So the more lands you control, the bigger this creature is. Then we got Sunstar Expansionist for 1 and a white 2/3 Human Knight. When this creature enters, if opponent controls more lands than you, create a Lander token. Which a Lander token is a token that you can sack for 2 to get another land. Then it also has Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature gets +1, +0 until end of turn. Not bad. It's okay. Then we got Mechanizola for 6 mana, 5/5 Robot Jellyfish. When this creature enters, tap target artifact or creature opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Also has Warp for 3. We got Trajectory. 1 black sorcery. Target creature gets -2, -2 until end of turn. Now, Void, if another creature died also, then that creature gets -10, -10 until end of turn instead. If a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or was warped. Then we got Galactic Saw Ship, Spacecraft. 6 mana, 5 and a red, 6/5 with Station 3. And it does not do nothing except when you get the station done, get the power. When you tap something that has power 3 or more, then you can turn it on. Then it has flying and haste. Then we got Siege Ship Impact. 1 and a green. Instant. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. If its mana value is 2 or less, create a Lander token. We're almost done. Then we got Starfield Shepherd. 5 mana, 3 and 2 white, 3/2 Angel with flying. When this creature enters, search your library for a basic plains card or a creature card with mana value 1 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. It also has Warp. Warp, W-A-R-P, Warp 2. So you play the Warp on this, and you can go get your land. Not bad. Then we got Star Breach Whale. 5 mana, 3/5 Whale with flying. And when this creature enters, surveil 2. And it has Warp for 2, 1 and a blue. Then we got Timeline Color for 2 black mana, 2/2. Drix Warlock with haste. You may cast this card from your graveyard using its Warp ability. You may cast it from your graveyard. So you can pay that warp cost anytime. But the warp cost of it is 1 black and 2 life. And you ain't drawing, you just losing life. And this card's okay. Then we got Ruinous Rampage for 3 mana, 1 and 2 red, sorcery. Choose 1. Ruinous Rampage deals 3 damage to each opponent. Or exile all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. Then we got Evil Social Engineering, 3 and 2 green, enchantment with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. You can also warp this in for 1 and a green, play a land, and get you a 2/2. Then once you get to 5 mana, you can play it. I kind of like this. Then we got an emergency eject. 2 and a white instant. Destroy target non-land permanent its controller creates a lander token. Then we got Virus Beetle. It's I believe that's a reprint. Pretty sure it is. But anyway, for 1 and a black, artifact creature insect 1/1. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card. Then we got Terrapact Intimidator for 1 and a red 2/1. Kavu Scouts. When this creature enters, target opponent may have you create 2 lander tokens. If they don't, then put 2 1/1 counters on this creature. So your opponent gives a choice, either lander tokens or counters. I mean, it's a win-win card there. Then we got Sammy's Curiosity for 1 green. Sorcery. You gain 2 life and create a lander token. Not bad. Then we got Starport Security. Robot Soldier for 1 white, 1/1. And then for 4 mana, 3 and a white, tap another target creature. This ability costs 2 less to activate if you control a creature with a 1/1 counter on it. Nice. Then we got Gravekill for 4 mana, instant. Exile a target creature or spacecraft. Not bad. Then we got Systems Override for 2 and a red, sorcery. Gain control of target artifact or creature until end of turn. Untap that permanent, it gains haste until end of turn. If it's a spacecraft, put 10 charge counters on it. If you do, move 10 charge counters from it at the beginning of the next end step. Nice. And you only get it till end of turn. So if your opponent has something that with that costs 10 or less charge counters, for example, say they have this card right here. Your opponent has this card out on the battlefield. With Systems Override, you can steal it, attack with it, and let's say they don't even have it turned on. You can steal it, you turn it on, instant turn on, and then you can attack with it. Then you remove the counters and give it back. No, actually, it'll keep it turned on. You're putting 10 on it. Move 10. Now, it might turn it back off. I believe it would. Well, next we got Galactic Wayfarer for 3 mana, 2 and a green, 3/3 Cuban Scout. When it enters, you create a lander token. Then we got Starfield Palette for 1 and a white, 2/2. When this creature enters, this creature becomes tapped, you sell 1. Oil Carver, 1 black, robot assassin with death touch, 1/1. We got Debris Field Crusher, 5 mana, 4 and a red, 1/5 spacecraft. When the spacecraft enters, it deals 3 damage to any target. And it has station for 8 mana. So when you pay 8, you'll get this creature as a 1/5 flying. Then you can pay 1 in a red and give it +2/+0 until end of turn. Then we got Shattered Wings. 2 and a green sorcery. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Surveil 1. Then we got Banishing Light, which is getting a reprint. When it enters, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this enchantment leaves. Then we're getting Embrace Oblivion for 1 black sorcery. As additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a artifact or creature, destroy target creature or spacecraft. Then we're getting Wealthstalker Ardent, 3 mana, 2 in a red. Grix Artificer, 2/3. Whenever another creature or artifact you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Also has Warp for 1 red. We got Temporal Intervention. 3 mana, 2 in a black sorcery with Void. Spell costs 2 less to cast if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. We've got Plasma Bolt for 1 red. Plasma Bolt deals 2 damage to any target. Also has Void. If you get your Void done, you can deals 3 damage instead. If a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, that's what Void is. It keeps on reminding you what Void is. Then we got Decode Transmissions for 3 mana, 2 in a black. You draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. If you have the Void, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, instead you draw 2 cards and each opponent loses 2 life. Then we got Red Tiger Mechon for 4 mana. Robot Cat 3/3 with haste with Warp 2. And that's it. Just a 3/3 for 4. Robot Cat that can come in sooner and attack. Goes in exile. Be cast later for 4. Then we got Insatiable Skittermaw for 3 mana, 2 and a black. Insect Horror with Menace. Has Void. Then at the beginning of your end step, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped, put a +1 counter on this creature. Not bad. Then we got Kavu Landseeker. 3 and a red, 4/3. Kavu Soldier with Menace. Whenever this creature enters, create a lander token at the beginning of the end step. On your next turn, sacrifice that token. So with this, you want to sacrifice that token so you can get your land. This right here forces you to sacrifice that token. Here's a multicolor cards. The colorless. The shock lands. We are getting shock lands. But anyway, if y'all want to go through the rest of these, let me know. If you want to go through the rest, let me know, and we'll keep on going through them. Or we can just go through them tomorrow. Or if you want to look at them yourself, you can easily go to mythicspoiler.com. And then you'll be able to look at them yourself. But anyway, folks, I think we're going to end the stream here. Actually, let's play one more game. See if we can get one more game going before we end the stream here. Alrighty. How you doing today, Karma? Gain that life, why don't you? Can I get some land? Can I get land? We'd love to have another land. Dag blaggit. Ooh. These Warden of the Grove is so good. Alrighty, folks. Think we're going to go ahead and get on off of here. And I will see everybody back here in the morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Or I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. But until then, y'all have a good evening, or a good morning, a good afternoon, whatever time it is for you, you have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later, everybody.